Well, hello again, everyone, and happy holidays. Happy Thanksgiving. This is Hope George, your best hope in real estate, coming to you today from my own Thanksgiving kitchen at my house. And today, your life will be changed forever, because today is the day you overcome your fears of being the person that preps the Thanksgiving turkey. And I'm not talking about the turkey breast, okay? I'm talking about the whole thing. You need to learn how to do this, right? Give mom and grandma a break, make them proud. If I can do it, you can do it. So today is the day to learn to do the turkey. So why do I do so many turkeys at Thanksgiving? Well, let me tell you, it's all about saving money, and the food is delicious. So, for example, this turkey was on sale last week for 33 cents a pound. Okay, 33 cents a pound. This turkey was almost like 30 bucks. I got it for under $6. That is insanity. You can feed your family literally for 3 or 4 days of protein for under $6 if you're willing to overcome the fear of the guts and all the weird stuff of the turkey. Listen to my instructions and learn how to do it. Now, I would say learn how to do it like a pro, but I am not a pro. I just learned this like from my mom. So she taught me how to do it. It's not fancy, it's simple, but it works. So let's get started. All right, so the first thing you want to do before getting ready to prep the Thanksgiving turkey is to disinfect your whole sink area and your countertop area, because with these big turkeys, I mean, sometimes they're like 24 pounds. That's huge. The one I'm gonna do today is about 17 to 18 pounds, but I'm actually gonna teach you to use your sink as your prep bowl or your prep vessel. That way, all the yucky raw juices just go right down the drain. So get your favorite disinfecting cleaner, really spray down your whole work area, and make sure you're nice and sanitized. And then after this whole process, you need to do it again, of course, because raw poultry always has a ton of bacteria in it. So you want to make sure that everything is nice and clean and bacteria free, okay? Nobody wants to get sick from your Thanksgiving turkey. That would just be terrible. All right, so before we get down and dirty with this turkey in the sink, let's do some of the cleaner work first. Something that I always do to make the turkey breast especially juicy and flavorful and moist and delicious is I take about a half a stick of softened or almost melted butter. Put that in a bowl that you have, just like a cereal bowl or something. Put the butter in there, and then you're gonna chop up some herbs and put those leaves of the herbs in the butter. And then you're gonna smush it all around, okay? Basically, it's called a compound butter, which is a fancy word for butter that has some other stuff in it, okay? So this product, you know, when you go to the produce section at the grocery store and they've got like all the bagged salads and those areas, you'll see hanging up on some hooks, you'll see some packaged herbs that are in the refrigerator section. They're like $2 or something. Sometimes they're called poultry herbs or poultry blend. This is just called roasting herb blend. I don't even care what the herbs are. Usually anything like this is going to be a blend of like thyme, rosemary, parsley, stuff like that. So what you want to do is take the herbs out of the package, pull the leaves off of the stems, and just put the herb leaves in here with the softened butter, and then use like a barbecue brush or a little spatula and smush it all together to make your compound butter. Because guys, this is like the secret to success. You cannot go wrong with putting butter on stuff, okay? And I know I'm not the first person to ever say that in the kitchen. So this is like the key, especially to that turkey breast being moist, tender, rich, and flavorful. Because, let's be honest, you've been to someone's house before and had turkey that's so dry you felt like you were eating a piece of paper. And you're like, where is the gravy, because you're trying to drown it with something wet because the turkey is so dry. That is not ever going to happen to you. It won't happen. Trust me, I got you on this one. All right, now that we have our compound butter ready in the bowl, now it's time for the dirty work. So, time to glove up. This is a little secret I always use when I've got to do this turkey prep, because y'all, that stuff is gross in there, and I don't want my nails and my hands feeling all that stuff. Also, it's very cold in the inside of that turkey. You've been thawing it out for days by now, but it's still cold. So protect yourself from the yucky feelings of actually feeling the stuff that's in there, and keep your hands, dry and a little bit warmer than from being in the bird. I love these gloves because they're just kitchen gloves, but look, they go almost all the way to my elbow. So like I'm ready to go into this bird without getting all the yucks all over me. Okay, so glove up first, and then get your kitchen scissors out and your turkey. Remember, we're gonna work in the sink. That's your work zone. That's your bowl or your vessel that you're gonna prep this turkey in. So go ahead and use some scissors or a knife if that's safe for you, and cut open that webbing that's in the that surrounds the turkey, and throw that out, and then go ahead and cut open the plastic packaging. Make sure you're doing that in the sink, because the moment that you pierce that plastic, you're gonna have some raw juices coming out, and just let them all run down the drain for the moment, and we'll disinfect later. All right? All right, I'm gloved up and ready to go. This is the moment of truth. This is where you overcome your fear of the turkey forever. You will be the host with the most on Thanksgiving, or anytime this winter you want to have a nice meal, because you got the turkey for like $6, okay? So now that we have our wrapper off of the turkey and all the juices have kind of gone down the drain, I keep a trash can right next to my sink every time I do this, and that way I can just dispose very easily of that raw, juicy, yucky wrapping and put it right in my trash can, and it's not all over my counter making a big mess. So that's another little tip for you. All right, so now we've got the raw bird down in our sink, and now it's time to rinse it off a little bit. So get some cold water, rinse off the entire turkey, lift it up. And let's go ahead and lift it up and get water running through the carcass in the middle. Then turn her upside down and get water running in there as well. And then go ahead and rinse off all the skin that you have on all surfaces of that turkey. All right, now it's nice and wet. So I'm just gonna lift it up again on each end and dump out as much water as I can, okay? All right, now it's guts time. Are you ready? I'm ready. Let's do it. All right, it's guts time. Let's do this. So in one end of the turkey, you're gonna have this bag. It's almost like a wax paper kind of pouch, and it's got all the weird stuff in it, but at least it's in the pouch and you have the gloves. So go ahead and remove that pouch from the inside of the bird. Now, my grandma, and probably yours and many of our moms also, would never have thrown away that pouch of stuff. I always do, because I'm like a suburbanite. I'm not that like farm to table kind of person, but grandma would have used all those little parts in that bag, like the liver or whatever that's in there. I don't even want to know what's in there, but she would have seasoned her gravy with it. So if there were ever little bits floating in the gravy at grandma's house, that was the stuff that was in that bag. So I don't do that. My gravy is nice and smooth, and it's gut-free. So if you ever come to my house, I'll serve you some gut-free gravy. It's delicious. My family loves it. And then the other end of the turkey is where you're gonna pull the neck bone out of this turkey. Now, this could take some work, and that's why you've got these gloves on, but if you have any still little frozen bits inside the turkey, just run some cool to lukewarm water in that cavity and run it down around that neck bone, and then you can reach in and get a good grip and pull that whole neck bone out of the turkey. All right? Sometimes it takes a little work, but we're doing it. Now, I have, I think the first time I tried to do this, I was about 25 years old, and we were all, hotshot newlyweds, and I was going to host Thanksgiving. And so I said, all right, Mom, you got to show me how to do the turkey. And she's like, you really want to learn? Okay. So when we got to this part of having to reach into the carcass, into the middle of the turkey and pull out this neck, I watched that thing come out of the turkey and literally I screamed and I ran from the room. I was out, like I couldn't even participate anymore. So I think it was several years before I even tried again. But thank God for moms. They get it done so we can have a delicious bird on Thanksgiving. So don't be afraid. You can do it. It's not going to bite you. It's just going to gross you out a little bit. All right. So here we go. We're getting the neck. We're pulling it out. All right. We got it. And she is going in the trash because if you wanted to, you could kind of boil this with some broth and make turkey stock. Honey, I am not using any weird parts or necks or anything. I'm just going to cook the meat of the bird, okay? So forgive me again if I throw it away, but it's being thrown away. All right, the worst is over. It's all downhill after this, guys. You got it. Hang in there with me. What you want to do now that you've gotten the neck and the little bag of pieces, parts out of there, go ahead and rinse it out one more time. Go through the top, all over the skin. Go through the bottom. All right, and shake out that water from one end, then turn her upside down, shake out that water from the other end. All right, now what you want to do is take some paper towels because the skin's all wet, and I want you to pat down the entire turkey, right? All of it, the wings, the drumsticks, the breast. Get all that skin good and dry because if it's got a bunch of water on it, the butter won't stick to it, okay? All right, now we're going to use that wonderful, delicious compound butter to really put a good coating on this turkey and to season it really well, especially the breast meat, because it's so low in fat. That's what makes it so dry. So we got to juice it up a little bit with our delicious butter. All right, so you can see here I am at the breast part of the turkey. And what I'm going to do is I want to put the butter in like a layer up under the skin. Now, if you are just too grossed out by that and you don't want to slip your hand up under the skin, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. You can just take this butter and you can rub it all over the skin of the turkey. But if you really want like an A+ and you want the most delicious breast meat, white meat, which is what I like the best, you really need to go for the gusto and lift the skin up of the breast and slip your hand up under that skin. Now you don't want to rip the skin all the way back. We got to keep the skin intact, but we're just going to slip that seasoned butter and shove it and push it all the way into all the parts of the breast meat. Okay, use your fingers to separate that skin. All right, now we've done one side. Let's go to the other side. All right, so now we're going to the other side. Wait a minute, this has got a little bit too much skin. I'm gonna have to take the gloves off for this because I really need just a little bit more dexterity. So I'm taking the gloves off and I'm really working my hands up under the skin. Now that I've done that, I'm gonna take my hands and get a good scoop of that butter, rub it together on my fingers, get a good amount of it. Don't be afraid of this, put a lot in there. And now I'm gonna slip that butter under the skin, push it all the way to all parts of that turkey breast. Do it on both sides. Don't use it all under the skin, but use a good amount of it all underneath that skin. Yum, yum, that's what's gonna make it so delicious. And now I'm gonna take the rest of that butter and rub it on my hands and then just massage it all over the skin on the outside of the turkey at this point, okay? So go ahead and get the thighs, the drumsticks, the wings, and go ahead and put it on the skin of the breast as well. All right. That is one of the biggest secrets I can share with you. That butter makes all the difference. All right, another tip for you to keep your kitchen a little cleaner and make this a little easier for you and to save you a little money is to buy a disposable roasting pan from the grocery store. For probably under $3, you want to get one of these big turkey roasting pans that's made of aluminum foil and it's disposable. Now, some people think you have to go to Macy's and spend $80 on this, you know, fancy, elaborate roasting pan with the rack and all of that. Listen, the problem with that is not only is it expensive, but then you got to scrub that thing at the end of the day when you're all tired from doing all the cooking. So what I love about the disposable is that it captures all the grease, and then as I'm cutting the turkey later to remove the meat from it, all the bones and skin and yucky stuff, I just throw right back in here and kind of make this my little trash bowl on the counter, or garbage bowl, so to speak. And then at the end of the day, this whole thing just goes in my trash can, my trash bag. We wrap it up or even double bag it and just take it outside to the big trash can. So little tip, $3 makes your life a lot easier, saves you probably 20 minutes of scrubbing a pan. All right, now that we've got our roasting pan ready and our turkey is all buttered and ready to go, I want you to get an oven bag. So this is by a brand called Reynolds. I'm not sponsored by them or their website. It's just something I've always bought over the years. They probably have store brands as well. But this is actually a turkey size oven bag. And what you do is you open it up kind of like you would, you know, a trash bag. And you're actually going to insert the entire turkey into this bag and let it rest in the roasting pan. So your roasting pan's like your support tray, but then the whole turkey goes inside this bag. All right, a couple of things you need to know about the bag. The reason for it, it's like it's a self-basting kind of product. You know, you'll have some fancy chefs that will tell you you've got to baste this turkey every 30 minutes or every hour. And y'all, to me, that's just too much labor, it's too much work. This bag will seal in all the juices and the moisture so that as the turkey is roasting in your oven, it kind of keeps it all together rather than letting the juices evaporate into your oven. So it's another trick to have that juicy white meat that we all desire for Thanksgiving or for Christmas turkey. All right, couple things you need to know. Read the directions. The box has a little slip of paper inside of it with directions, and it will tell you to use a spoon or two of flour. Any kind of flour that you have in your pantry is fine. I just use this because it's easy to shake in there. And you're gonna put about a tablespoon or so of flour down in this roasting bag. And then you kind of close up the top like shake and bake, and you shake that flour around to coat the inside of the bag. And this keeps the bag from sticking to the skin of the turkey. All right, because if you have it stick, then when you remove the turkey, when it's done, that skin might come off. So make sure you get that flour in there really well. Now that we've done that, we are ready to insert this turkey into this roasting pan. This is where it can get slippery and fun. In my family, we call it turkey wrestling because I'm like wrestling with this turkey to get it in the bag. But once it's in there, you're on the home stretch. You can do this. All right, it's time to take this buttered, slippery bird and insert him into the oven bag inside of my disposable foil tray. So get your hands around it. Try to get your hands up underneath it. It's a little slippery. All right, I can do this. You got to use two hands. You might need a helper, but get that bag open and slip that turkey into that bag. And then let it rest inside the tray. All right, The big deal is you want to get the entire turkey all the way in the bag. All right, now it's time to use the little twist tie. And what this is for you to close the bag. So gather up the bag. Dang, I am so slippery from that butter. Hang on, y'all. It's worth it though. That butter makes all the difference. So take the bag, kind of twist it like you would, you know, your bread bag at home. And then I'm gonna ratchet it into this little twist tie. It doesn't have to be perfect, but if you can get it like, you know, 80% closed, that's the way to do it. Let me use a paper towel so I can get a grip. Now, final thing you need to do with this bag, and it's like a safety thing. You want to take a kitchen knife and you want to put about 2 or 3, maybe even 4 very small slits in the bag, maybe like the 4 corners of the bag. Put little tiny slits, not more than 1 inch or 2, okay? And once you do that, you know that just a little bit of steam can escape because you don't want that bag to really expand and then burst, and then you got turkey grease exploded all in your oven. All right, well, you've done it. You have conquered your fear, pulled out the bag of guts and pulled out the neck, and you've buttered this baby up and it's ready for roasting time. So I just want to congratulate you if you have followed this journey with me, because honestly, it's really worth it. And what an aroma in your house too. I mean, I think I could just sell your house if it smelled like turkey. So maybe that'll be a new strategy for the spring market, right? So anyway, if you have enjoyed this video, could you do me a favor? Could you like this video? Click on like for me. Also, maybe share a comment with me. Tell me what it is that is keeping you from doing a Thanksgiving turkey. What are you afraid of? You know, sharing is caring, and sometimes admitting you have the problem will help you overcome that fear. And then finally, do me a favor and share it, because you might have somebody in your life that really wants to do the whole turkey, but they're just afraid of it. So we've demystified it today. Anybody can do this with the right tools. You know, don't forget the gloves. You definitely want to have those. And I'm happy to share these tips with you. So hopefully this will save you some time and money and help you enjoy Thanksgiving with your family even more. If you know someone that needs to buy or sell real estate, I mean, I could show them this video too, but I'd really love to help them buy or sell a home. Please give me a call. I am Hope George, your best hope in real estate. And this turkey's phone number is 804-926-6307. I'd be happy to help you or your family. But until we see each other next time, I pray you have a blessed holiday season and you enjoy your Thanksgiving, because we do have so much to be thankful for. See you next time.